Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube station with a little late night, early morning baseball before I hit the hay. I saw that Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, great channel, check them out, Eric and Brody from Higher Ground Gaming, posted one of his 1978 retro replays for the Boston Red Sox season using Stratomatic, and I haven't done one of those in a while. I've been playing offline. So let me play one real quick before I go to bed, as I'm not tired. And as long as I get up and go to work, doesn't matter, right? So we have the date is for this retro replay May 16th, 1978, and the Boston Red Sox are visiting the Kansas City Royals. The Red Sox sit in third place, 3 games out of first behind the surprising Detroit Tigers. Red Sox have a record of 19 wins, 15 losses, and they'll be facing the Kansas City Royals, who also sit in third place, 3.5 games back, and I believe it's the California Angels. I don't really remember who's in first place in the West. I want to say it's the White Sox or the Angels, but they're 3.5 back in third place, and their record, they've been scuffling. They're only 16 and 15. The Red Sox broke a losing streak. They won a couple of games in a row now. Boston, thus 19 and 15. So let's get to the lineups here. Hope everyone's doing well. For the Red Sox, you have Rick Burleson leading off, playing shortstop. Jerry Remy batting second, playing second base. Jim Rice batting third, the MVP of 1978 in reality, playing left field. Captain Carl Yastrzemski, the cleanup hitter, batting fourth. At first base, Pudge Carlton Fisk batting fifth, doing the catching. Freddie Lynn batting sixth, playing center field. Dwight Evans in right field batting seventh. The very weak hitting designated hitter Bob Bailey batting eighth. He's god awful. And Frank Duffy playing third base for the error-prone Butch Hobson, batting ninth. These are the as-played lineups from 1978 with the as-played starters. Bill Lee is on the mound. In 1978, he actually went 10 and 10. And in retro replay, he's 4 wins, 1 losses with an earned run average of 2.70. For the Kansas City Royals, leading off, playing left field, the very speedy switch-hitting Willie Wilson. And then at third base, playing for George Brett, who I believe is injured. It's the second game in a row Jerry Terrell's played. Jerry Terrell at third, batting second. Amos Otis batting third in center field. The designated hitter Hal McRae batting fourth. The catcher John Wathen batting fifth. Batting sixth, the first baseman Clint Hurdle. Batting seventh, the right fielder Joe Zeb. Batting eighth, the shortstop Freddie Podtek. Batting ninth, the second baseman Frank White. Paul Splittorff is on the mound, left-handed thrower for the Kansas City Royals. So it's lefty-lefty. Bill Lee versus Paul Splittorff. And in 1978, he actually went 19 and 13. And in retro replay, 4 wins, 4 losses right now. Earned run average 4.06. So he's scuffled a bit in the beginning. Let's get on to the game. So at the plate, Rick Burleson, he's batting .264, .273 off left-handed pitching. He needs a dice roll of 7-2-7 or higher to reach base safely. Splittorff, the pitcher, wants to keep him under that. Here's the windup and the pitch to Burleson. Here's the dice roll. 6-1-9. That ball goes out to Zeb in right field. And he's there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Now bring up Jerry Remy. Jerry Remy, the Red Sox second baseman, batting .281. He struggled against left-handed pitching. Lefty-lefty matchup. He's only batting .159. Remy needs a 7-7-1 or higher to reach base safely. Royals want to keep it below that. John Wathen goes through the signs. Here's the windup and the pitch by Splittorff. Here's the dice roll, 4-8-8. That ball goes to Clinton Hurdle. At first, he takes it to the bag himself for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on, and Jim Rice steps to the plate. Rice batting .361, .488 off left-handed pitching. To reach base safely, .684 or higher with a dice roll. Home run swing, .960 or more. The windup and the pitch to Rice. .690, Rice works a walk. He's on with 2 outs. Clint Hurdle to hold him on. And now bring up Captain Carl Yastrzemski, first baseman, batting .219. He has struggled mightily in the beginning of this 1978 retro replay, and only .205 off left-handed pitching. We might take a shot with Rice to steal second. He needs under a .250 on this dice roll, and then under a .600. So the first dice roll is to get the proper lead, and he doesn't get it. That's a .973. He'll have to stay put. So it's up to Captain Carl Yastrzemski now to extend this inning. He's looking for a .705 or higher. Splittorff gets the sign from Watson. Here's the pitch. The dice roll. 0-2-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. High fastball gets Yastrzemski. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Due up for Kansas City, Wilson, Terrell, and Otis. Willie Wilson steps to the plate. He'll face Bill Lee. Bill Lee's 4-1 on the season, 2.70 earned run average. Wilson batting .250 and only .233 off left-handed pitching. Wilson's looking for a 7-1-1 or higher to reach safely. Here's the windup and the pitch by Lee. .371. That ball goes out to center field. Freddie Lynn going back on it, and he makes the running catch for out number 1. And now bring up Jerry Terrell, playing third base today. He's batting .244, and he has crushed left-handed pitching for a .312 average. Terrell needs a .746 or better to reach base safely. Bill Lee looking to keep that dice roll below that. He sets and delivers to Terrell. 1 out, no one on. Bottom of the first. 6-9-2, that ball goes out to right field. Evans comes in on it, moves over to his left, makes the catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs and no one on, the center fielder, Amos Otis, steps to the plate. .236 so far in the retro replay. Under 200, though, against left-handed pitching, .194. He's looking for a dice roll of 6-2-3 or better to advance safely and extend this inning. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Otis. 2 outs, no one on, no score. Bottom of the first. 7-7-2. That's going to be a single to left field. Rice retrieves the ball and throws it back into Burleson, but a 2-out single for Amos Otis. He is a threat to steal. So let's see what they'll do. Hal McRae at the plate, the cleanup hitter. McRae batting .268, .333 off left-handed pitching. His home run swing, .967 or better to reach safely, .659 or higher. Yastrzemski holding Otis on. Here's the pitch. Five, 6, 7. That ball goes out to center field. It's a long run. Freddie Lynn makes a dive, and he makes the catch to end the inning and save the Red Sox from any deficit, as that ball would have gotten by him, and most likely Otis would have scored, as he was off and running with 2 outs. So we go to the top of the second. No score. Due up for Boston, Fisk, Lynn, and Evans to face Paul Splittorff. Fisk needs a .684 better to reach safely. He's batting .328 in the retro replay and .356 off left-handed pitching. Wathan goes through the signs. He sets the target. Splittorff is ready. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 2-3-4. That ball goes to Hurdle. He fields it and takes it to the bag himself at first for 1 out. And here comes Freddie Lynn, who just made that outstanding diving catch to rob Hal McRae of extra bases and a possible RBI. To end the bottom of the first, Lynn batting .301. He's got hot as a pistol lately, and he's .302 off left-handed pitching. Lynn in the retro replay has 6 home runs and 23 runs knocked in. The windup and the pitch by Splittorff. That's an 8-6-7. That is a single to right field, as Zeb couldn't get there in time. And the ball gets by him, and Lynn continues on to second base. So it's a single with a 1-base error on the right fielder, Zeb. Lynn in scoring position with 1 out, and Dwight Evans comes to the plate. Evans batting .330, but only .256 off left-handed pitching. He has a duck out on the pond that he can knock in. Freddie Lynn's at second. There's 1 out. He's looking for a dice roll of 7-0-3 or better to advance safely. His home run swing, 9-6-9 or higher. Splittorff wants to keep this dice roll below 7-0-2. The windup and the pitch to Evans. 1 out, 1 on. That's a 600. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So that was a rare play, a wild pitch by Splittorff. And Freddie Lynn advances to third base. So now an out can score Lynn. 90 feet away, Evans steps back in the batter's box. Splittorff rubs up the baseball, the new one that the umpire threw to him. Steps back on the mound, toes the rubber. Gets the sign from Wathan. Here's the pitch to Evans. 7-2-6, and that is a walk. That slider was down and away. So runners on the corners for the Red Sox, 1 out. And the very light-hitting designated hitter Bob Bailey steps up plate, batting .158 and only .167 off left-handed pitching. Bailey needs a 6.85 or better to reach safely. Kansas City's hoping for a double play ball. The twin killing would get them out of the inning and keep it a scoreless ball game. Splittorff's ready. He sets and delivers to Bailey. That's an 8-4-6. That's a single to center. The Red Sox take a 1-0 lead as Freddie Lynn scores from third base, and we will hold Dwight Evans at second as he only has a 10% chance of going to third. So a rare clutch hit by Bob Bailey. The Red Sox are up 1-0, and now the number 9 hitter, Frank Duffy, steps to the plate. He's batting .400 and .500 off left-handed pitching. Evans at second, Bailey at first. Duffy at the plate, 1 out, 1-0 Red Sox, top of the second. He's looking for a 7-1-9 or higher to advance safely. John Wathan goes through the signs. Splittorff nods his head. He rocks and fires. 5-6-9. That ball goes to Terrell at third. He tosses to White and on to Hurdle. Double play, so Duffy bangs into the twin killing that ends the inning. The Red Sox do score 1. We go to the bottom of the second. Boston 1, Kansas City 0. Due up for the Royals, Wathan, Hurdle, and Zeb. John Wathan is batting .243 in the retro replay and only .226 off left-handed pitching. Bill Lee toes the rubber, gets the sign from Fisk. Here's the pitch to Wathan. We're looking for a 6-7-3 or higher for Wathan to advance. 1-0 Red Sox. That's an 8-5-2. That is a single to right field. John Wathen's on, leadoff single. He's got a 65% chance of stealing second base if he gets the proper lead, which would be a roll under 250. Now at the plate, the number 6 batter. First baseman Clint Hurdle, 333 batting average, 263 off left-handed pitching. The Red Sox want to turn 2 here. Burleson and Remy pinching the middle. Here's the pitch by Lee. Let's see what Wathen does at first. That's a 6-3-3. That ball goes out to Dwight Evans. It's a shallow fly ball. He drifts in, and he makes the catch. Retreating back to first base is Wathen. So 1 out, 1 on, and Joe Zeb, whose error cost the Royals a run, allowing Fred Lynn to go to second on his single. He would eventually come around to score. Steps to the plate. 273 hitter. And he's batting 273 off left-handed pitching. Zeb needs a 6-8-0 or better to reach safely. Wathen at first. The windup and the pitch by Lee. We await the dice roll. 8-2-5, that's a single to center. And they will hold Wathen, who's very slow at foot, at second base. So 1 out, 2 on. Wathen represents a tying run at second. Zeb the go-ahead run. And now at the plate, the little general, Freddie Patek. He's only batting .217. But off left-handed pitching, .412. So he has really crushed left-handed pitching. The diminutive one. Fisk goes through the signs. Bill Lee's ready. Fisk sets the target. So Patek's looking for a 6-5-1 or better. Lee wants to keep it below that. Here's the pitch. 1 out, 2 on. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom of the second. 5-8-7. That ball is a line drive, and it's caught by Burleson. That robs Patek of a hit. Quickly getting back to second base is Wathen. So it's 2 outs now, 2 on, and it's up to the number 9 batter, Frank White. 236 on the retro replay, and below 100 against left-handed pitching, .091. White's looking for a 6-7-0 or better. Lee's ready. Here's the pitch to White. 2 outs, 2 on. 1-9-1. That ball goes out to Burleson. He scoops it up, and he throws to Yastrzemski for out number 3. No runs on 2 hits. We go to the third. The Boston Red Sox 1, the Royals nothing. Due up for Boston, Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Rick Burleson's 0 for 1 today. Again, Burleson wants that dice roll of 7-2-7 or better. Remember, the higher the dice roll for the batter, the better the result. Paul Splittorff and the Royals want to keep it low. Wathen sets the target. Here's the pitch to Burleson. That's a 9-6-7. That is a double down the right field line. It's going to rattle around. Zeb finally gets to it, but not before Burleson goes in standing into second base. He's in scoring position for Jerry Remy. Remy's 0 for 1 and struggles against left-handed pitching, but he's an excellent bunter, 95% chance success rate. We're going to put down the sacrifice bunt here. Here's the pitch by Splittorff. Remy squares. That's a 5-4-2, bunted down the first base line. Hurdle gets it and races to the bag himself. Remy's out, but he does his job. Burleson moves over to third with 1 out. 90 feet away from scoring with Jim Rice coming to the plate. Rice walked his first time up. Rice's home run swing, 9-6-0 or more to reach safely 6-8-4 or better. Splittorff toes the rubber, looks in at Wathen. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Rice. That's a 0-5-0, and he gets a wonderful result. That's a called strike 3, so that's out number 2. It will take a hit an error or a wild pitch or pass ball to score Burleson now from third. Stepping to the plate, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 0 for 1 today. Yastrzemski needs an 800 or better, that would be a single or more, to knock in Burleson. To reach safely 7-1-5 or higher. 2 outs, runner at third, 1-0 Boston, top of the third. The windup and the pitch to Yaz. That's a 1-0-5, that's a fly ball. Out to right field. Zeb is there, he makes the catch, inning over. So the Red Sox squander a golden opportunity with a runner on third with less than 2 outs. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0. Due up for the Royals, top of the order, Wilson, Terrell, and Otis to face Bill Lee. Willie Wilson's 0 for 1. You want to keep him off the base paths. He's a very dangerous base runner. He's looking for a 7-1-1 or higher. Bill Lee and the Red Sox have other ideas. The windup and the pitch to Willie Wilson. We await the dice roll. Top of the fourth. That's a 500. That ball is a hard line drive. Jerry Remy snags it for out number 1. Nice play by the Rim Dog. And here comes Jerry Terrell. Royals third baseman, 0 for 1 today. Terrell wants a 7-4-6 or better to advance safely. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Terrell. 8-7-9. He singles up the middle. That's a 1-out single. He'll be held on by Yastrzemski at first. Terrell, 66% chance of stealing second. But before that, he would need a dice roll under 590 to get the proper lead. So 1 out, 1 on. Amos Otis at the plate. He's 1 for 1. Otis's home run swing, if you're thinking 1 swing of the bat to put the Royals ahead, 9-6-8 or higher to reach safely 6-1-8 or better. Lee wants to keep this low. He sets and delivers to Otis. Let's see what Terrell does at first. 3-2-1. That's a slow roller out in front of the plate. Fisk fields it, throws to Yastrzemski for out number 2, but advancing to second base is Terrell. He's in scoring position with 2 outs, and the designated hitter, Hal McRae, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. McRae's home run swing, 9-6-7 or greater to reach safely 6-6-4 or better. Lee looking to get the 3rd out of this inning. The windup and the pitch to Hal McRae. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs. That's a 1-7-1. That ball goes out to Remy. It's a pop-up. He's on the outfield grass. He makes the catch. The inning over. So Bill Lee pitches around the runner at second. We go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 Boston. Due up for the Red Sox, Fisk, Lynn, and Evans. Carlton Fisk, he's 0 for 1 off Paul Splittorff. He wants a 6-8-4 or more to advance safely. Here's the pitch by Paul Splittorff. That's a 9-2-1. That is a single to right field as it drops in front of Zeb. So Fisk with the leadoff single. 73% chance of stealing second, but he at first would need a dice roll to get the proper lead under 240. And Fred Lynn's at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. He singled and advanced to second on the Zeb error and right in the top of the second and scored the only run of the game. Let's see if we can get Fred Lynn to steal. Carlton Fisk to steal. The first dice roll has to be under 240. It is not. It's 488. He'll have to stay put as a Splittorff and Hurt will keep him in check at first base. So it's going to be up to Freddie Lynn. He needs a 7-4-7 or better. The windup and the pitch to Lynn. Fisk at first, no outs. 5-1-0, that ball goes out to right field. Zeb drifts over to his left a bit, makes the catch. Fisk stays put at first. So 1 out. That brings up the right fielder, Dwight Evans. Evans walked his first time up. Evans is looking for a 6.98 or better. Home run swing, 9.69 or higher. Royals looking to turn 2 and get out of the inning. Wathan sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Paul Splittorff. 5-2-5. That ball goes to Patek. He tosses it to White. On to Hurdle. Double play. Inning over. So Splittorff works his magic. He gets the double play ball. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Red Sox. 2 up for the Royals. Wathan, Hurdle, and Zeb. John Wathan, 1 for 1 today. He wants that dice roll of 6, 7, 3 or better. The windup and the pitch by Bill Lee. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the fourth. 7-5-0, and that is a single to left field. Rice retrieves it and throws it back in towards the infield. Wathan represents the tying run at first base, 65% chance of stealing second. He needs to get the proper lead first if they attempt it of a dice roll under 250. Clint Hurdle, Royals first baseman, comes to play. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox want to turn 2. Hurdle wants a dice roll above 6-7-3 to advance. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Lee sets and delivers to Hurdle. Let's see what Wathan does at first. Held on by Yaz. 2-3-7. That is a hard ground ball. Yastrzemski smothers it, gets up, and goes to the bag himself. For out number 1, Wathan advances on the fielder's choice. He's in scoring position now for Joe Zeb. Zeb's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. Wathan has decent speed at second base. Zeb wants at least a 7-4-3 or higher. That would be a single. And again, the higher the dice roll, the better the result for the hitter. But to advance safely, 6-8-5 or greater. The windup and the pitch by Bill Lee. 1-0 Red Sox, 1 out, man at second. We await the dice roll. That's a 9-2-9, so that's Wathan trying to steal. He doesn't get it. Now it's a 1-4-3. That ball goes to Burleson. He backhands it and throws to Yastrzemski for the out. And I believe Wathan holds at second. He bluffed going after the throw, but stayed put. So 2 outs now. Wathan's at second. The little general steps to the plate for the second time. He's 0 for 1. Freddie Patek, Royal shortstop. He's looking for a 6-5-1 or better to reach safely. He would love a 7-4-0 or higher. That's a single or more. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Patek. 2 outs, runner at second. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the fourth. That's a 0-4-1. That ball goes out to right field. Long run for Evans. He's back at the track, and he makes the catch. Patek is out. Red Sox maintain their 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the fifth. Once again, this is Digital Diamond Baseball, and we're playing in a 1978 retro replay of the Boston Red Sox. This game is only $20. It's of great value if you like baseball games. So Bob Bailey to lead it off for the Red Sox will be followed by Frank Duffy in the top of the order, Rick Burleson. Bailey, 1 for 1. He knocked in Freddie Lynn in the second inning. He's looking for a 6-9-0 or better. Paul Splittorff and the Royals want to keep that dice roll below that. Here's the pitch to Bailey. 1-2-8. That ball goes to Terrell at third. It's a pop-up, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Third baseman Frank Duffy steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Wants a dice roll 719 or higher. The windup and the pitch by Splittorff. 7-4-5. Duffy's patience proves plentiful as he gets a walk. 1 out. Duffy's at first. He's got a 63% chance of stealing second base. He first needs a dice roll of under 260. And Rick Burleson steps to plate. He's 1 for 2. We're going to take a shot with Duffy, so we want that first dice roll under 260. It's not. It's 819. And Duffy can't go anywhere. So now it's up to Rick Burleson. Burleson's looking for a 7-2-2 or better. Splittorff sets and delivers. That's a 6-1-2. That ball is hit out to Hurdle. Soft ground ball. He goes to first himself. There are 2 outs now. Frank Duffy advances to second base. He's in scoring position for the Rem Dog. Jerry Remy, the Red Sox second baseman's 0 for 1 today. He does have a sacrifice bunt. Remy's looking for a 7-7-1 or better. Splittorff gets the sign. Waltham sets the target. Here's the pitch to Remy. 3-8-8. Remy hits it out to center field. Amos Otis goes back on it and makes the catch just in front of the warning track for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox 1, the Royals nothing. Frank White steps to the plate. Number 9 batter. The Royals second baseman's 0 for 1 today. He wants a 6-7-0 or more to advance safely. If you're thinking one swing of the bat, that would be a home run swing, which would consist of a dice roll of 984 to 999. That's only a 1.6% chance of happening. The windup and the pitch by Bill Lee. We await the dice roll. 1-0 Red Sox, bottom of the 5th. 8-8-9. That is a single to right. Line drive. Evans can't get to it in time. So White's on. He'll be held on at first by Carl Yastrzemski. Top of the order, Willie Wilson. He's 0 for 2. Wilson, a very speedy runner. 706 or more to advance safely. Red Sox want to turn 2 here. Burleson and Remy pinch the middle. Lee gets the sign from Fisk. Here's the pitch to Wilson. We await the dice roll and the result. 4-2-0. That ball goes out to right field. Evans runs it down for out number 2. White bluffs, but stays at first. For out number 1, excuse me. So 1 out, 1 on. Jerry Terrell steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. He's looking for a 7-4-1 or greater to reach base safely. Once again, the Red Sox want to turn 2. Bill Lee's ready. Here's the pitch to Terrell. 1-0, bottom of the 5th. Red Sox. 0-9-3. That ball goes out to Evans. It's a high, shallow fly ball. Evans comes in on it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Amos Otis to extend this inning. Otis 1 for 2 today. His home run swing 9-6-8 or more to reach safely 6-1-8 or better. Lee toes the rubber, peers in at Fisk. He has the sign. Here's the pitch to Otis. (9-1-7). That's a double to left. Let's see if they're going to try to score White all the way around first. And they're going to hold him. So a 2-out double. The Royals now have runners at second and third. White represents the tying run at third. Otis the go-ahead run at second. And now the cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Hal McRae, comes up plate. He's 0 for 2 today. He was robbed by Dwight Evans with a diving catch at the track. He's looking for a 6-6-4 or more to reach safely. To knock in 2 runs, most likely, he'll need at least a 7-2-8 or better. That would be a single. With 2 outs, the runners will be off. Lee trying to work himself out of this pickle. Here's the pitch to McRae. 1-0 Red Sox. Royals threatening in the bottom of the 5th. 7-2-9, that's a single to center. White will score. Let's see if they're going to send Otis. And Otis comes around to score. The throw to the plate is late. It's now 2-1 Royals. McRae advances to second with a clutch single with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. So now John Wathen, the catcher, steps to the plate. He's 2 for 2 off Lee. Lee's up to 22 batters now. He's good for 28. Lee wants to get this 3rd out here in the bottom of the 5th. Keep it a 1-run deficit for Boston. The windup and the pitch to Wathen, who's looking for a 6-7-3 or higher. Lee wants to keep this dice roll low. 6-9-2. That's another walk. So first and second with 2 outs now. Bill Lee struggling a bit here in the bottom of the 5th. He's given up 2 runs, has 2 runners on with 2 outs. Clint Hurdle steps to the plate. Hurdle 0 for 2. Hurdle's home run swing 9-6-9 or higher to reach safely 6-8-3 or better. Lee rocks and fires. "4-2-3, that ball goes to Remy. He charges it and throws to Yastrzemski for the 3rd and final out of the bottom of the 5th. Not before the Royals score 2 and take the lead as we head to the 6th inning, 2-1. Due up for the Red Sox, Rice, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. Rice steps in the batter's box. He awaits Paul Splittorff's pitch. Rice is 0 for 1 with a walk. Splittorff nods his head. Here's the pitch to Rice. He doesn't get it. He needed a 6-8-4 or higher. He got a fly out to center instead. 4-3-0. Otis makes the catch. 1 out, no one on. Captain Carl Yastrzemski steps to the plate. Red Sox first baseman's 0 for 2. Yaz, if you're thinking 1 swing of the bat to tie it, 9-7-1 or better. To reach safely 7-1-5 or higher. Wathen goes through the sign. Splittorff nods his head. Here's the pitch to Yaz. 6-2-6. That ball goes out to Willie Wilson in left. Wilson comes in on it to his right a bit, makes the catch. So there's 2 up, 2 down. Carlton Fisk steps to the plate. Red Sox catcher's 1 for 2. Home run swing. 9-7-4 or greater to reach safely and extend this inning 6-8-4 or better. Fisk on the retro replay year has 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. 3 against righties and only 1 against left-handed pitching when it comes to home runs. Paul Splittorff on the mound. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 6-2-9. That ball goes to Terrell. It's a hard ground ball. He fields it and throws to Hurdle. Inning over. Go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Royals. Due up for Kansas City, Zeb, Patek, and White. Joe Zeb 1 for 2 today. Zeb's looking for a 6-8-5 or more. The windup and the pitch by Bill Lee. 2-1 Royals, bottom of the 6th. 9-2-1, and that's a single to left. Zeb has his 2nd hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Zeb is definitely a base stealing threat. 72% chance of stealing second base if he gets the proper lead, which would consist of a dice roll under 270. Freddie Patek comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. I'm wondering if Patek might put a bunt down. Though Patek bats 389 off left-handed pitching. Red Sox want to turn 2 here. Patek's looking for a 6-4-6 or better. Here's the pitch by Lee. Zeb at first. Yastrzemski holding him on. 2-1 Royals. Bottom of the 6th. 0-3-7. That ball goes to Duffy. Hard ground ball over to Remy onto Yastrzemski. Patek bangs into the double play. So there's 2 outs now and bases are cleared. And Frank White comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Hoping to extend this inning. White needs a 6-7-0 or higher. Lee's now up to 26 batters faced. He's good for 28. Fisk flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch by Bill Lee. 5-1-1. That's a fly ball out in the center. Lynn's there. He makes the catch. Inning over. So the twin killing helps Bill Lee get through the bottom of the 6th quickly. The Royals still lead the Red Sox 2-1. As we go to the top of the 7th, 2 up for Boston. Lynn, Evans, and Bailey. Freddie Lynn's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Lynn's home run swing 9-8-3 or higher. To advance safely 7-5-7 or better. Splittorff has faced 23 batters. He's good for 28. He's only given up 4 hits and 1 run. The Royals have 9 hits and 2 runs with 1 error. Here's the pitch to Lynn. 1-1-3. That ball goes out to right field. Zeb continues to go back on it. At the track, he reaches up and he makes the catch. So with 1 out, no one on, Dwight Evans steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's walked once. Evans' home run swing consists of a dice roll 9-6-9 or better to advance safely 7-0-3 or higher. Splittorff toes the rubber. Looks in at Wathan. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Evans. 3-8-1. That ball is a fly ball. Lazy shallow fly ball up to Wilson in left, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Evans is retired. 2 outs, no one on, and Bob Bailey comes to the plate. Bailey's 1 for 2. He has an RBI. Knocked in the only run in the 2nd for the Red Sox. If you're thinking Bailey one swing of the bat, 9.72 to 9.99. That's a 2.8% chance of happening. To advance safely, 6.90 or better. Splittorff wants the last out of this inning. Here's the pitch to Bailey. 9-3-3, and Bailey gets his 2nd hit, a single to left. So Bailey's on. He represents the tying run in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. And Frank Duffy comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. He's walked once, batting .429 off left-handed pitching. But a chance of getting it out is almost 71% chance of him getting it out here. Let's go to our bench. 2 outs, Bailey's at first. On the bench, we have Bernie Carbo, Butch Hobson, Bob Montgomery, and Jack Brohammer. Carbo batted .333 off left-handed pitching in reality. I don't think he's doing that in the retro replay. He's batting .167 in the retro replay off lefties. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Carbo has... Let's just go check out the bench coach here. See how Carbo matches up with Splittorff. So to reach safely, Duffy's a 7.14 or higher. Carbo is 7.15. Carbo has a better chance of a home run, though, 1.5%. It's about basically the same. about reaching base or not reaching base. Hello, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Eric says, I just completed a 2-game series with KC. Bailey's awful. Yes, he is. He says, I think he means worst card I've seen against righties. I know, I saw that you posted. I haven't watched it yet, so don't tell me. I enjoy your games. I usually watch them in the morning when I'm making breakfast for my parents. So don't tell me about the game. I look forward to the 78 replays, as well as the other games, but I enjoy the 78 replays the best. And I'm going to check out Mr. Brody in the golf, but I like to watch that one. Now, do you have Mr. Brody on camera or just his picture for the golf? I like when he does the bobblehead thing, Mr. Brody. All right, I think I'm going to... I know Carbo's only batting 167 in the retro replay against lefties, but... you know what? We're going to let Frank Duffy hit. I'm going to regret this, but we're going to let Frank Duffy hit. So Bailey's at first. He represents a tying run. Let's see if we can get him in scoring position here. We're going to attempt to steal with Bob Bailey. We need under a 290 dice roll. We don't get it. 886. The throw over to first. Bailey dives back, and he's safe by the hair of his chinny chin chin as Clint Hurdle applied the tag. Oof. He almost got picked off. And Eric from Higher Ground Gaming can tell you one thing about a thing or two about pickoffs. Check out his Cincinnati Red game on Digital Diamond Baseball. Who did they play, Eric, when Arroyo was on the mound? I can't remember. That was a pretty interesting game. Pittsburgh, it was the Pirates, wasn't it? I think it was the Pirates. All right, so it's up to Frank Duffy to keep this inning alive. He's looking for a 7-1-4 or better. The windup and the pitch by Splittorff. Here's the dice roll. 183. That's a hard hit ball to Podtek. He gloves it going up the middle. He fires to Hurdle. Inning over. As they play this take me out to the ball game. So Podtek robs Duffy up the middle. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-1, Kansas City. Due up for the Royals. Wilson, Terrell, and Otis. Bill Lee, 27 batters face. He's good for 28. Willie Wilson's 0 for 3. Lee will stay in the game to face him. Wilson's looking for a 7-1-1 or better to advance safely. Lee's ready. Here's the pitch. 2-3-8. That ball's a slow grounder to Yastrzemski. Gets it and he flips to Lee, covering the bag for out number 1. Yastrzemski bobbled a bit, but then quickly flipped it to Bill Lee, who hustled over to first for out number 1. Jerry Terrell steps to the plate, 1 for 3 today. He has a single. Terrell's looking for a 7-4-6 or better. Bill Lee is now at his threshold, 28 batters, but he's going to stay in this game. The windup and the pitch to Terrell. 1 out, no one on. We await the dice roll. 2-1. Royals, that's a 4-2-4. That ball goes to Burleson. He charges it and quickly fires to Yastrzemski, just getting Terrell for out number 2. So 2 outs. Amos Otis steps up plate. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Lee looking to get the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 7th. Amos Otis, if you're thinking home run swing, 9-6-8 or higher to advance safely, 6-2-3 or better. Here comes the windup and the pitch to Otis. 4-4-0, another ball out to Yastrzemski. A soft grounder. He once again fields it and flips the Lee, covering. Inning over. 1-2-3 go the Royals. We go to the top of the 8th. 2-1 Kansas City. Due up for the Red Sox. Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Rick Burleson's 1 for 3 today. Paul Splittorff still on the mound. He's faced 27 batters. He's good for 28. Burleson has singled. He needs a 7.27 or higher to advance safely. If you're thinking one swing of the bat, it's under 1% chance. That would be a dice roll for the Rooster of 992 or greater. John Wathan sets the target. Here's the pitch to Burleson. 903. That is a single to left. The Rooster has his second hit, and he represents the tying run at first base. Jerry Remy steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Remy's only batting 152 off left-handed pitching. So we're going to put the bunt down again. We need under a 950. Here's the pitch by Splittorff. 0-6-4. That's a beauty. Wathan fields it and throws to Hurdle at first, but advancing into scoring position is Rick Burleson. He represents the tying run. And the actual MVP of 1978 steps to the plate, Jim Rice. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. On the retro replay season, though, he's 356 and 467 off left-handed pitching. Let's quickly go to his retro stats. Rice has 11 home runs and 38 RBIs, and 4 of them has come against left-handed pitching. So he's ready to grip and rip. Rice's home run swing, 960 or better. That's a 4% chance. To reach safely, 684 or more. 1 out. Burleson at second. Here's the pitch by Splittorff. 4-3-5. That's a hard hit ball to Patek. He snags it. Throws over to Hurdle. For out number 2, Burleson stays put at second. And now it's going to be up to Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 0 for 3, and he has struggled mightily. 190 against left-handed pitching. Let's go to our bench here. We've not had mojo with Yaz at all this year. And we already know, in actuality, it's Bernie Carbo, 333. And those are about the same numbers, to be honest with you, because I just looked at Carbo. So let's check Carbo out again against Yastrzemski. And I think it's 715. I think everything's the same except Yaz has a better home run number. But the dice roll to advance safely is the same. I like this bench coach tool. It's very easy to understand. Yeah. Oh, so now this is actually changed. That's interesting. So later in the game, I think that changed because before it was 7. I could have sworn it was 715. So Yastrzemski has the better results here, which I knew. Okay. I'm still on the fence, Eric, with if I want to get Stratomatic. That whole 50-50 thing, I don't like that. I finally really understand. It took me a while to understand it, and that's pretty, I have an accounting degree. I should have picked up on that quicker. But I get it, the card, you're either going to go off 50% of the time off the pitcher's card or a 50% chance of going off the batter's card. I mean, obviously, if you get the pitcher's card and he's a good pitcher, it does matter, but I get where you guys are coming from on that. As Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, we're going to check out Eric and Brody on Higher Ground Gaming. A lot of great retro sports stuff they do. He says the bench coach is awesome. Yeah, I really do like that tool. Oh, crap. I brought Bernie Carbo into pinch hit by accident. Well, maybe God wanted me to do that. So Carbo, I by accident clicked on OK as opposed to cancel. So Bernie Carbo is going to come into pinch hit for Yastrzemski. Burleson's at second. 1 out. 2 outs, excuse me. He's looking for a ball he can drive. Burleson will be off and running on contact. Here's the windup and the pitch to Bernie Carbo. 5-2-2, and that is a hard line drive right back at the pitcher, and he makes the catch. Inning over, so Carbo ripped the ball up the middle, but is robbed by Splittorff. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Royals, due up for Kansas City. McRae, Wathan, and Hurdle. We need a new first baseman and pitcher. And we don't have a first baseman. We don't, because Al Red Sox fan, instead of clicking cancel, hit OK. So Mr. Bernie Carbo is going to play out of position and play first. I don't think... Can Bob Bailey play? But then I'd have to yank the DH out. I think Bailey can play first. Nope. So, doesn't matter. That was my error. When I didn't pay attention, I want to click cancel, and I clicked OK. So Bernie Carbo is going to go in to play first. They're going to say, but he can't play first. He's going to play first. Yes. We have no choice but put Carbo at first. This should be a nightmare. And now, Bill Lee's 2 over his threshold, but we're going to continue with him. Hal McRae. Now, we're going to take him out. Let's go to the bullpen. Let's see. Bob Stanley can't pitch. Just used him a lot. Dick Drago. Well, we're going to go with Dick Drago. Dick Drago will come in to pitch. 2-1 ball game. Hal McRae's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He knocked in the 2 runs in the 5th. That's why the Royals are ahead. Drago's done with his warm-up tosses. Fisk puts his mask back on. McRae steps in the batter's box. Drago gets a sign. McRae needs a 7-4-1 or higher. Here's the pitch by Drago. 2-1 Royals, bottom of the 8th. 7-4-7. Drago starts off as usual very wonderfully as he gongs McRae, who advances to first on hit by pitch. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says, and this is in regards to Stratomatic, he says, it's still a great game. I wouldn't let that stop you. Then he says, Strat is still the godfather of sim baseball games. I know, I have the board game when I was a kid. I still have it in my closet. It's basically what put sim baseball on the map. You are correct. Well, along with APA, I think it's much better than APA in my opinion. A lot of people also. And then I said, I think Bailey can play first. He said, no, Bailey. Then he says, not any worse than when I played Stephen Drew at catcher in Replay Baseball, LOL. I meant to click cancel, and I clicked OK. I'm going to lose it. I hope it looks like I'm going to lose another close one with the 78 Red Sox. We got to compare our stats. I'm going to put up, not today, but I'm going to do a little video thing. You know, it'd be fun. Maybe we do a Google Hangout, Eric, and we compare the stats. Get some people in the chat. John Wathen's at the plate. McRae's at first. No outs. Wathen needs a 6.96 or better. Red Sox want to turn 2. Carbo holding on McRae as he's a 5% chance of error and his range is 5, so he's horrible. Though, you know what? Ironically, Bernie Carbo is a better fielding first baseman than Butch Hobson is a third baseman. He's better than Frank Duffy, who's 7% error. Here's the pitch to Wathen. Drago wants to keep that dice roll low under 6.95. And of course not. It's a 9.53. That's a double to center. Let's see if they're going to send McRae around third. And here comes McRae, 6.46. Here's a throw by Lynn. And Fisk tags him out. Big first out at the plate. What a chance the Royals took there. And they came up craps. Wathen advances to third on the throw home. What a throw by Freddie Lynn. As actually that went Lynn to Burleson to Fisk. So Hurl steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Wathen's at third. Huge insurance run there. I think we're going to walk Wathen, as he has a .351 batting average against righties. Set up the double play. As Fisk puts his hand out, the intentional walk. Hurdle will go to first, and we will face Joe Zeb instead. Zeb's 2 for 3. He doesn't have a hit against a right-handed pitcher. Burleson and Remy pinch the middle, looking to turn 2. Runners on the corners, 2-1 Royals, 1 out. Zeb needs a 7.15 or better. Drago's looking for a 7.14 or lower. The windup and the pitch by Dick Drago. Keep that dice roll low if you're a Red Sox fan. 2-8-3. That ball goes to Burleson. Let's see if they can turn 2. It's a pop-up. And he makes the catch and quickly scampering back to first base is Hurdle. Wathen wasn't going anywhere. So there's 2 outs now, and the little general, Freddie Patek, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today, only batting .125 off right-handed pitching. Great opportunity for Drago and the Red Sox to get out of this first and third jam here in the bottom of the 8th, as they trail by 1 run. 2 outs. Patek's looking for a 7.50 or higher. Drago wants a 7.49 or lower. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Patek. We await the dice roll and the result. Very big moment here in this game. And someone attempted to steal. It's a 9.05. He's not going anywhere. That's a 4.96 on the swing. And that goes out to shallow center. Lynn's there, and he makes the catch. Eric, that always gives me a heart attack when I see the 9-something, and I realize, oh, thank God, it's him trying to steal. And we go to the top of the 9th, and the Royals have gone to their closer, Al Raboski, the Mad Hungarian. Let's check out his retro numbers. No wins, 1 loss, and he has 11 saves. Earned run average below 2, 1.50. He struck out 10, walked 4, though he's given up 2 home runs. The Red Sox will send to the plate in the top of the 9th. Fisk, Lynn, and Evans. Let me quickly go to the chat. Eric has posted. He says, I'm about a week behind you. Then Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Check out Higher Ground Game with Eric and Brody. Very, very fun, wonderful channel. A lot of retro sports play amongst other games. And then you get to meet Mr. Brody, who's a wonderful little dog. Eric says, I'll try to catch up, and maybe we can do one when we both get to the end of May. Oh, that'd be cool. All right, now. So Fisk's 1 for 3. His home run swing, 9.79 or higher. To reach safely, 6.89 or greater. So again, if you're a Royals fan, you want to see the Mad Hungarian roll under 6.89. If you're a Red Sox, you want to see something in the high 9s. The windup and the pitch by the Mad Hungarian. 9.72. That's going to be a double to left field. Wilson retrieves it, but it's too late as he throws back in towards Patek. Carlton Fisk's at second base. He represents the tying run, and he has pretty good speed for a catcher. Fred Lynn comes to the plate. Lynn's 1 for 3 with a run scored. So that was a fine how do you do by Al Raboski. Lynn's batting .300 off right-handed pitching. He needs a 7.49 or more to reach safely. The Mad Hungarian rubbing up that baseball on the mound. toes the rubber, peers in at Watson. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. Wants a big high dice roll. That's a 5-2-5 though, and that's going to be a fly ball. It's a long fly ball though. Wilson continues to go back on it, and he makes the catch at the track. Fisk bluffs but does not go. So 1 out. Fisk tying run at second base, and Dwight Evans steps to the plate. Evans 0 for 2 today with a walk. Evans is batting .381 off right-handed pitching. His home run swing, 975 to 999. That's a 2.5% chance of happening. To reach safely, 709 or greater. Roboski and the Royals want a 708 or lower. 2-1, top of the ninth, Royals, 1 out. Fisk at second. The windup and the pitch to Evans. 2-9-4, another fly ball out to Wilson, this time not that deep. Willie Wilson's there. He makes the catch for out number 2, and good God, Bob Bailey comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's got his average up to 227 now. He does not have a hit against a right-handed pitcher. And we're going to pinch hit for Bailey because he's already got his 2 hits. There's no way he would get 3 hits. He was god-awful in 1978. I just don't see him getting a 3rd hit. And let's see who hits right-handed pitching. We're going to go with Butch Hobson. We'll come off the bench. Hobson's... Okay, let's compare him now against Roboski. Let's go to the bench coach. So Butch Hobson's going to come off the bench. See what he can do as a pinch hitter. .755. So Bailey actually has a better opportunity of getting on. I just don't see him doing it. Bailey actually has better numbers, which is shocking. Not that Hobson had a great 78. Bailey was just awful. Bailey actually even has a better home run swing. But I'm not feeling it. I'm going to go with Butch Hobson. Here comes Butch Hobson. I don't care what that dice roll says. I'm feeling it with Butch. So 2-1. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Fisk at second. He represents a tying run. Butch Hobson comes out of the dugout to the batter's box. He's ready. He digs in. He's ready to grip and rip. Hobson's looking for a 7.55 or more to extend this inning. His home run swing, 9.78 or higher. Mad Hungarian looking for that final out to nail this win down for the Kansas City Royals. The windup and the pitch to Hobson. 2-3-9, and that is a strikeout, called strike 3. The ball game is over. The 1978 Boston Red Sox lose a tough one in Kansas City, 2-1. They strand a tying run at second base in Carlton Fisk. A fine pitching performance by Bill Lee is wasted. We shall make this official as we will hit exit. And yes, and Eric from Higher Ground Gaming taught me this. Then you go back to schedule and you get a better box score. And again, this is Digital Diamond Baseball. Very, very fun game for $20. Highly recommend it. And you can download a free demo where you can play 3 innings of any game from the Greatest Teams League to see if you actually like it. Player of the game, Hal McRae for the Kansas City Royals. Let's find out why. Because he knocked in the 2 runs, that's why. McRae was 1 for 3 with the 2 runs that he knocked in the bottom of the 5th. So a pitcher's duel to the very end. The Red Sox lose 2-1. And we'll just go through the hits after, but let's go through the pitching. Bill Lee's a tough luck loser. He's now 4 wins, 2 losses. He went 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. His earned run average, 2.69. Dick Drago came in to pitch the bottom of the 8th. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. ERA 2.45. Paul Splittorff went 8 innings and got the win. He's now 5 wins, 4 losses. In actuality, he won 19 games, and Bill Lee, in actuality, only won 10 games in 78. So Splittorff, 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Earned run average 3.73. Al Verboski comes in, gets his 12th save with 1 inning. He gave up a leadoff double to Fisk, but then got the next 3 batters out, including a strikeout. His ERA now is 1.38. The Red Sox, their 7 hits. Burleson had 2. Fisk had 2. Lynn had 1. He scored a run. And the very inept Bob Bailey had 2 hits. He actually knocked in the only run. So the Red Sox, 30 at-bats, 1 run on 7 hits, 1 RBI, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Burleson and Fisk doubled. Remy had 2 sacrifice bunts. The Red Sox turned 1 double play. And they left 7 runners on base. For the Kansas City Royals, again, we'll just go through the hits. They had 10 of them. Jerry Terrell, 1 for 4. Amos Otis, 2 for 4 with a run scored. McRae, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, the only runs knocked in. John Wathan, 3 for 3 with a walk. He was on base every time. Joe Zeb, 2 for 4. He had an error, though. That let Fred Lynn go to second and score on the Bob Bailey single because he advanced to third on a ground out or on a wild pitch. And Frank White, 1 for 3 with a run scored. In total, the Royals 32 at-bats, 2 runs, 10 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. So once again, the Kansas City Royals on May 16th, 1978, retro replay style, defeat the Boston Red Sox in Kansas City 2-1. Great pitchers duel between Bill Lee, the loser, and Paul Splittorff, the winner. The Red Sox record now falls to 19-16. The Red Sox are only 3 games over 500. They're currently in 3rd place in the American League East. Kansas City goes to 17-15. They're also currently in 3rd place in the American League West. This is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much to Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Check out his channel. That's Higher Ground Gaming with Eric and Brody. If you go to my page, you can check it out. It's under related channels. He does a lot of wonderful stuff. He's posted a new 1978 replay game for the Red Sox using Stratomatic. So, much health and happiness. Hope all is well. If you like this video, like, sub, subscribe, share. But most of all, come back. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless.